Listen, if you're watching this, you must be thinking about booking a trip to Taiwan. And let me tell you, that's terrific. It's a beautiful country with insanely nice people, amazing food, and a fascinating history. Speaking of history, that's what we're here to talk about today. You know, a lot of people don't realize what a rich history Taiwan has. I mean, it's been ruled by everyone from the Spanish to the Dutch to the Japanese, and of course the Chinese. So buckle up, because we're about to embark on an unforgettable journey through time as we explore 10 must-visit historical places in Taiwan. All right, first up, we're heading over to Tamsui, which is a really cool little town just north of Taipei. You know, Tamsui is known for its beautiful waterfront and delicious street food, but it's also home to Fort San Domingo. This place has seen it all. Built back in the 1600s by the Spanish, you know, those conquistador guys, this fort has been ruled by everyone from the Spanish and Dutch to the British and the Japanese. Can you imagine the stories these walls could tell? I bet they've seen some crazy stuff over the centuries, from pirate battles to maybe even a ghost or two. Today, Fort San Domingo is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a must-visit for history buffs. Next stop, we're heading to Taipei to visit the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. Now, Chiang Kai-shek was a pretty big deal. I'm talking the leader of the Republic of China after they, fled mainland China in 1949. This impressive memorial hall was built in his honor, and it is huge. I mean, seriously, you could probably fit a whole village in here. Inside, you'll find a giant statue of Chiang Kai-shek, exhibits about his life and career, and a bunch of historical artifacts. It's a powerful reminder of Taiwan's recent past. Now let's take a break from all the politics and head over to Longshan Temple, one of the oldest and most famous temples in all of Taiwan. Located in the heart of Taipei's Wanhua district, this temple was built way back in 1738. That's like almost 300 years ago. People have been coming here for centuries to pray, light incense, and just soak up the peaceful atmosphere. And you can feel it when you walk in, you know? It's like this sense of peace and tranquility, even with all the people around. Chapter 4, Omping Fort, where the Dutch left their mark. All right, for our next stop, we're heading south to the beautiful city of Tainan. Now, Tainan is known for its delicious food, seriously, some of the best I've ever had. But it's also home to Omping Fort, another one of those places with a wild history. This fort was built by the Dutch East India Company back in the 17th century, you know, when the Dutch were basically running the spice trade like a boss. They even had a name for it, Fort Zeelandia. Today, Anping Fort is a reminder of Taiwan's colonial past. Chapter 5, National Palace Museum, a treasure trove of Chinese art. Okay, get ready to be amazed, because we're heading back to Taipei to visit the National Palace Museum. Now, this place is special. It's home to one of the largest collections of Chinese art and artifacts in the world. I mean, we're talking thousands of years of history, all under one roof. You'll find everything from ancient jade carvings and calligraphy to Ming Dynasty porcelain and priceless paintings. Trust me, you could spend days here and still not see everything. Chapter 6, Lukang Old Street, stepping back in time. Next up, we're taking a trip to Lukang Old Street in Changhua County. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This place is like stepping back in time. You'll find narrow cobblestone streets, traditional shops selling everything from handmade crafts to delicious snacks, and beautiful old temples. Make sure to try the local specialty, Dragon's Beard candy. It's like cotton candy, but 1,000,000 times better. All right, let's get our learning caps on, because we're heading back to Tainan to visit the oldest Confucius temple in all of Taiwan. Built in 1665 during the Ming Dynasty, this temple is dedicated to Confucius, the famous Chinese philosopher and teacher. It's a beautiful and serene place with traditional architecture and lush gardens. Plus, you might even learn a thing or two about Confucianism while you're there. Chapter 8, Chiffon Old Street, where wishes take flight. Next stop, we're off to Chiffon Old Street in New Taipei City. This place is famous for its sky lanterns, which people release into the air with their wishes written on them. It's incredibly beautiful to see hundreds of lanterns floating up into the night sky. And hey, If you're feeling lucky, maybe your wish will come true. Just be careful not to start a fire. Those lanterns are pretty, but they can be dangerous. Chapter 9. Bopiliao Historical Block, a fusion of cultures. Now for our next stop, we're heading back to Taipei to visit the Bopiliao Historical Block. Now, this place is cool because it's like a time capsule of Taipei's history. You'll find buildings from the Qing dynasty, the Japanese colonial period, and even some modern-day shops and cafes. It's a fascinating blend of old and new. Chapter 10. 228 Peace Memorial Park. Remembering a tragedy, our final stop on this historical journey through Taiwan is a somber one. We're visiting the 228 Peace Memorial Park in Taipei, a place dedicated to the memory of the victims of the February 28 incident in 1947. This was a tragic event in Taiwan's history, and the park serves as a reminder of the importance of peace and reconciliation. It's definitely a place for quiet reflection. Outro! Thanks for exploring Taiwan! Well, folks, that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of Taiwan's top 10 historical gems. From ancient temples to colonial forts, Taiwan's history is as rich and diverse as its culture. I hope you enjoyed this little journey through time as much as I did. And hey, if you ever find yourself in Taiwan, be sure to check out these amazing places. Seriously, you won't regret it. Thanks for joining us on this historical journey through Taiwan. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content.